Okay, so a prediction for SummerSlam is going to be Seth Rollins against Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that this match is definitely going to happen at some point, and I see Seth, just how he's being positioned, as the guy to take the belt off of Jey Uso. Just for me, it's just a question of when. I'm not sure if maybe he'll win the title from Jay at the pay-per-view before this, and then this will be a rematch or something like that, or this will be the first time they face off. But as of now, I'm going to predict Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins for a World Heavyweight Championship, and I predict that Seth is going to win the belt. I just think Jay is going to have a short title reign. I think there's some things that they can do with him for the next few months, matches-wise at pay-per-views, but I don't see him going on a title reign longer than about like 6-7 months. I just see him dropping the belt, especially with kind of the new heel faction, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. I think they're going to be kind of eventually getting the title for that kind of faction. So yeah, I think that Seth is going to be the one to take the belt off of Jay, and that could happen at SummerSlam. So that is my match prediction for that event. Okay, so my next prediction is going to be Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. I think this is a match that WWE is definitely building towards. I think both are two of the top women in the entire company, and I think based on their friendship, as we've seen on screen, and their current storyline, we're definitely leading towards a future match between them, a future singles match without kind of Naomi in the mix. I think Bianca versus Jade is kind of a really big match that WWE can build towards and can advertise. I think it could be really good, and I'm definitely excited to see it. It's just the question of when's this going to happen. You could argue, and I probably wouldn't disagree with you if you said this should happen at WrestleMania. I think it's that big of a match, honestly, and I think it could be that good. I have high hopes for it. But just since they're currently kind of involved in a feud, I don't see them kind of dragging out the feud for the next year here. Until WrestleMania, I see it more as a potential SummerSlam big match, which I think could make sense. They can kind of do some smaller matches with them over the next few months and build to that. I think it's a worthy match of a pay-per-view like SummerSlam, a big pay-per-view, and I think the fans would like to see it. So yeah, I'm going with Jade versus Bianca. I think it could be really good, and I think that fans would be excited to see it. My prediction for the main event of SummerSlam is going to be John Cena versus CM Punk for the title. I think that this would be a big match that WWE can build towards. I think we all know, or most fans know, their history together. They obviously have faced off many times for the title. Even they had a 5-star match back in Money in the Bank 2011, which is arguably one of the greatest WWE matches of all time. So there's definitely history there, there's familiarity there, but we've never seen John Cena versus CM Punk with obviously heel John Cena, so CM Punk would be kind of the babyface here. I think that's a very interesting dynamic for this match that we've never seen before. I think it's something that fans want to see. It's a feud that fans want to see. So I think that could be a really fun feud and eventual match, and I think it's big enough that they can kind of advertise it as one of the main events of SummerSlam. And yeah, that's my kind of current feeling on it. This could also be where John Cena drops the belt to CM Punk. I have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the title in my current predictions for WrestleMania 42, so this could be the way to get the belt on Punk there. But yeah, my current thought is CM Punk versus John Cena at SummerSlam, and I think it could be a really solid match. Okay, so my next prediction is going to be Penta versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam. If you look at the trajectory so far of Penta, WWE is clearly high on him. They're putting him in some decent spots so far, and they're slowly kind of building him up. I'm not expecting him to be in the main event scene by any means over the next kind of several months here, but I think they're slowly kind of building him up the card, which I think is the right way to do it. It'd be too quick to put him right into the main event scene, so I think they're going to kind of slowly build him up. A way to do that is to let him kind of thrive and have some big matches against great talent where he can showcase his talents, because Penta is honestly one of the best wrestlers in the world. And I think that when you can put him in a match against somebody like an AJ Styles, it's going to really help to showcase that talent to WWE fans. So I think that SummerSlam is going to be a huge audience. It's a big stage. I think it would make sense to put him against another one of the top wrestlers in the world, and that would be AJ Styles. I think that AJ versus Penta could be a really good match. I think it would be a good showcase for both of them, and I think that fans would love to see it and would be super excited for it. So yeah, that's my kind of current prediction. I think SummerSlam would be a great spot for it. I guess to get there, they'd probably need AJ to turn heel, which I don't think is a huge problem, just where he is in his career right now. They can do some sort of heel turn and then have him face off against Penta at this event. So I think Penta versus Styles is my pick right now, and I think a lot of WWE fans would be excited to see it. Okay, so my next prediction is going to be Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker at SummerSlam. Braun is newly aligned with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman in their new kind of heel faction. And I think it's inevitable that we're going to get some sort of collision course between this new faction with Roman Reigns. I think that totally makes sense with obviously Roman's history with Paul Heyman. We're probably going to get Roman versus Seth down the line. We're probably going to get Roman versus Braun down the line. It just kind of depends on when these specific matches are going to happen. To me, I think they're going to do Roman versus Braun at SummerSlam. I think it's going to be more positioned as Braun as kind of the second guy to Seth in the faction. So I don't think it makes sense for Roman to face off against Seth right away. I think it probably makes more sense for Roman to face Braun here. I think this could be a good match, and I think that Roman will ultimately win this match. Maybe they end up doing Roman versus Seth at WrestleMania 42. They could go that route. Personally, I have Roman versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 42. So I don't think that's going to be the long-term play, but I guess we'll kind of wait and see here. But for right now, I'm going to predict Roman versus Braun Breaker at this event. I think that would be kind of a big match and one that Roman can win, and they can kind of decide what to do after that at one of the events after. So yeah, I think fans would like to see Roman versus Braun, and that match is going to happen at some point, it feels like. It just depends on when. So I think my current gut feeling is Roman versus Braun at SummerSlam.